Okay, I was muted, so hey everyone, this is Louis7, and today I am streaming World of Warcraft Burning Crusade, the second part of my little Shaman series I am doing. And today I am solo. Yesterday was a little bit unplanned with having Dan's World here, who anybody unfamiliar has played with me a few times in Lotro, and even in the way past we did some World of Warcraft co-ops actually on YouTube. But he's probably the most common person besides my kin who y'all don't actually get to hear. He's the most common one to actually be on my channel, and I think the only other person I've talked to done like dual commentaries or streams now on. So today the plan is probably not to play too long, to be honest. I just want to talk a little bit about this series and get settled in. And hello to Mistweaver88 again, who was here in the last stream. And it seems like the popularity and feedback on that stream was overall good. Basically, the way I judged that was that people watched it and it didn't get a bunch of dislikes, which was good. And the problem is, if it did get a bunch of dislikes, then it'd be something that somehow hurt my channel. I feel like my channel is small enough that that's not really possible, but I know Lord of the Rings Online is my primary game, so that was just one concern doing this, and I don't think it can be that bad. And basically, if it was that bad, that just means I'd actually have less content, because I would probably still want to play this game, to be honest. I also need to turn my volume where I can hear it. That might help me hear things. Let's see. Now I can hear it. Yeah, it looks like the audio is all good. But yeah, basically because yesterday it was unplanned with Dan being there, that is why today I wanted to settle in a little bit. I probably won't do too much content and probably won't even stream all that long. And I can't move. And another thing, hello Princess Quill, another thing I was thinking about doing, I thought I learned their language, let's see. Maybe I did not learn their language properly. I am going up here to pick up skinning. And I thought I learned their language. I'm already on that quest. Let's see, I might have a quest about this language. I'm not sure. Or maybe I didn't actually do it. That is, find a totem of Ku. Is that a shaman thing, or is that the thing I need to learn their language? Has no objective. I honestly don't remember, but I think that is the quest that I need. I still don't have a quest tracker. That was another thing. I actually was thinking about getting some add-ons. I didn't really use any in Classic. And Mistweaver, you were closing in on level 66. That reminds me what I was actually talking about as I head to do this quest. I'll tentatively do this quest and then see if anything comes up. So it is the language quest line. Thank you for the help. But the other thing I was thinking about doing today was just introducing my other characters. I was kind of thinking, is that the social? I didn't know what that was. I just saw it was glowing. But the other thing I was thinking about doing, I should probably actually set up, was introducing my characters, because that was a stream I was thinking about doing, but never really got around to it. I think by now I've converted most of them, and I have a level 60 mage, who would be the one that would go through Burning Crusade content first, Outland content I mean specifically. Now I'm not sure if that will be a thing that I do. Sorry, getting my Chrome tabs fixed there. But depending how things go with this, and if people really want to see that, I would of course be open to it. I'm just not entirely sure. I basically had to choose either Outland content on my mage or start a new character, and I really wanted a shaman, so that is what I ultimately ended up going with. I don't think I can spend my time doing two things in WoW, because Lotro will still be my primary game and we'll have update 30. I know I'll be quite busy with that. This will probably go the, I guess, tentative plan for this is to do it about weekly whenever I can do it with Dan. And another point on that is I have kind of recently felt like I haven't really wanted to play games without other people, so actually having somebody to go through this content with me I think makes it more enjoyable, and that's definitely true in MMOs. You'll probably see I play a lot, trying to actually line up my time with my kin's time in Lotro so we can run group content together. And yeah, that's basically the big thing with MMOs, is actually playing with other people Even if it's sometimes just guild or kin chat, or even with me sometimes streaming, not really quite playing with other people, but able to do that. Here's the Totem of Ku. So we will follow this quest line. Find the Totem of Tikti. This is when I get a little bit less familiar with what is going on. Oh, he actually has me follow him, that's right. I feel like it's to the east somewhere, but I don't entirely remember. Not just because he's pointing that way, but I actually do feel like it is over that way. Oh, wow. It is on the other side of the river. They actually give you a slow fall thing. That's interesting. I'm surprised they were actually this nice. See all the herbs tracked, but I think a lot of them are actually quests, and that was... I might have already mentioned this, but today I don't plan to do too much questing. I will go ahead and learn the language and get this knocked out, but I just wanted to get skinning and probably do some gathering so I don't get too much progress ahead of Dan. But I can go ahead and get this quest, so whenever we do this, he can have all the Azure Snapdragons that we run into. Seem to be pretty easy to get. These wings are a little bit weird. So Mistweaver, you would like to see this series finished eventually. That is good to know that at least one person does want to see it finished. I don't know if the totem is there. That seems like a good spot to head to. Oh, and it lets you walk on water. Fancy. Hey, Subwoofy. It's been a while since I've seen you, Subwoofy. But I hope you enjoy. I think you were starting with the Lotro content I was streaming. But I hope you enjoy the WoW. Oh, this is actually up to the north. Not at that little crash site looking thing, maybe? I often talk about me not being in the mood. Rather, the other way around. I often talk about me really enjoying solo questing in MMOs, and especially in Lotro, but that's something I haven't been too much in the mood for lately. I feel like is another problem with me not playing quite as much Lotro the past week or two. Mistweaver, you might skip the launch of Update 30. Yeah, I will probably not skip it. For some reason with the beta, I just couldn't get as excited as I was for some previous updates. I feel like they did a good job with the beta. From what I heard, there are a lot of issues in the raid. I didn't play the raid in the beta, I wasn't really interested in that. There's my air conditioner. That is loud. Okay, Totem of Yore. South down the river. Something is at the bottom of the river. So we're following this guy, I think, but... somewhere at the bottom of the river south of here. I don't know how far south. For some reason I'm feeling like down here. We'll see, though. Oh, I get increased swim speed? And water breathing. I guess I should actually just go here and do it. I didn't realize they would be so nice and give you all this. Talagar, this game is unfortunately not free. For regular World of Warcraft, there is a trial type thing where you can get up to level 20, I believe, for free, and then you would have to get this subscription to play Classic or Burning Crusade Classic WoW. Yeah, I heard I wasn't really there for the Rumor Chant pet class issues with their pets, but I definitely heard about that. Not used to being able to swim in the games. That is unfortunately not a feature in Lotro. I could see it being very buggy if it was, though. There it is. This actually reminds me a little bit of a Minecraft ocean. It's been so long since I played Minecraft, but I guess anything where you're exploring a 3D world like this, it can remind me of Minecraft in some ways. Alright, did we get another totem quest? We did. Totem of Vark. Due west of here. I'll probably follow this guy. We'll see if he gives me any sort of buff. Don't want to go running off and accidentally miss a bus or something. So yeah, that is, I think, what I heard. The second boss would almost always cause wipes with pets. And that's really unfortunate. For something like the Lore Master, they provide really valuable debuffs, and the captains provide a little bit valuable buffs. We'll see if he gives me anything. Oh, nice. I guess I get to follow him all the way, actually. Do I also have stealth? Run speed and invisibility. Cancel it upon combat or looting. It's a good thing I killed that enemy right before I got this. Actually worked out in my favor for once. I didn't know this quest. I did this quest before, quest chain before, but I did not know you got all these fancy things. For some reason I thought I remembered having to manually run around and do all this stuff before. I don't even know what I feel like. Don't quite feel like a druid because the cat form, it's more panther-like, I think. Thinking this is a panther type cat. I feel like a hunter pet, actually. One thing with Azure Mist Isle, the map we are on, it's in the background of the thumbnail. It made it look a little bit more, I don't know. I actually thought of this because I was just looking at that thumbnail before I started the stream, but I actually already forgot. I don't know quite more spooky, but I thought it was just neat looking with the little bit of bloom, and the purple colors especially mixed with the green creates an interesting look, I think, in this zone. I feel like I'm going to get too used to the fast movement speed. I get Ghost Wolf at level 20, and then I heard the mount was level 30 in this. I thought it was still 40 in Burning Crusade, but that was a long time ago, so there's a good chance I'm just misremembering that. I think that's the totem of Vark. Apparently he can see in stealth. We'll have to actually kill things for this quest, okay. Was not quite planning on that, but that is okay. I believe we got the Prophecy of Akita. So the difficulty mode settings, that thing is not confirmed for update 30, and I think, in fact, the opposite, it's confirmed for not update 30. It is supposed to come later with a new legendary server. I don't know how much later, and it might even go in beta again. So I can get the chest. Oh, there are enemies here. I was so invisible that I couldn't even see the enemies to know there were enemies. This is also my first time out and about with Lightning Shield actually doing something. I just got my level 8 stuff. But yeah, that does not come with update 30, even though it was in the update 30 beta. I'm hoping whenever that goes in beta again, we can get the Brawler in beta. I feel like the Brawler should already be in beta. I'll have a video not talking directly about that, but kind of indirectly talking about that. That is one thing I'm actually hoping to do this evening, is record another video or two. I might need to get some keys. Might need to kill a bunch of these furl bogs for that. Fur bogs. I don't think they're furl bogs. I feel like he has 1 health left. So that was the only thing you were interested in with update 30? I'm a little bit interested in the new zone. We'll have to see how the questing is. For some reason, with the new zone and what I saw there, it just wasn't that exciting to me overall, I feel like. Or at least right now, I don't feel like it's exciting. Maybe when I ran through it was a little bit more exciting than I'm feeling right at this moment. These are ugly pants, but they give 5 more armor. What is this thing? Oh, lash root to restore health. I think it's essentially a potion. That's much weaker than the regular potion, but still something. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that the brawler, they intentionally make it really powerful to help boost its sales. I feel like a lot of people are thinking that, but they probably want to make it as powerful as they can, so people buy it, of course. Need another lightning shield. I kind of remember that compared to more modern days with WoW, lightning shield could run out pretty quickly. That does some nature damage. Not used to having to worry about 2 mobs. I don't know how much, well, I guess this character has to worry about 2 mobs enough so that I feel the need to use all that. Probably didn't need to use the potion, but I want to be extra safe and not have to run all the way over here. I guess I'm also used to questing with somebody. When I was doing this earlier, I had another shaman with me. Gotten a lot of keys. The drop rate's pretty good on that. My main concern just looking at the screen, totally unrelated topic, is if I get add-ons and quest trackers and the such, that it would clutter up the screen too much. That's one thing I really like about this, is the screen feels very clutter-free to me right now. That's with a lot of Lotra add-ons, they seem to be UI cluttering. But Questy, I think I heard, was basically like the current WoW quest tracker that's in retail. Reminds me, back in the day, maybe people still do this, but they used to call the normal servers in Lotra retail when the legendary servers came out, even though they were still the same update in a way, it was just level locked. And with WoW, I don't know if people actually refer to normal WoW as retail, but I think they do. That is a nice shield. I know Dan is using a shield on his Shaman, so maybe I'll save that for him. Better than disenchanting it, probably. Okay, I believe I need some keys still. Yeah, Questy probably would be helpful. As I talked about yesterday, I think you were here for this. I don't really think there is much difference in keeping true to Classic. Of course, you can play the game whichever way you want if you use a questing add-on. That is entirely up to you, I feel like. But for me, I feel like it's basically the same if I just looked at Wowhead and spent all the time trying to do that just to find exactly where to go, as using a questing add-on. That's almost what I did with these quests. It's a little bit fun though, trying to do it without any of that stuff, but I feel like at a point when you just do quests over and over and over again to level, that is when it would get more annoying, I guess, and slow feeling. But another benefit was a lot of the early zones in WoW I was already familiar enough with the quests because they were ones I replayed through multiple times. Back before I started my YouTube channel, I played a lot of WoW. And yeah, exactly, that add-on would be way more efficient than having to go to Chrome and look at Wowhead every time and type in the exact quest and all that. I hear my cat, and I hear my air conditioner. Still need keys. Need to actually pay attention if I get a key or not. Also need an inventory sorter. I might actually look for an inventory add-on. I've never used one in WoW, but for some reason I really feel the need to sort my inventory. I think we're getting respawns now, maybe? There's another camp up there. I know I haven't killed like all the little furbolgs. Lightning Shield seems to take a lot of mana. Maybe it's actually Earth Shock. That's probably the one taking all my mana. Yeah, I can cast about 6 Earth Shocks before I run out of mana. Still didn't get a key. Suppose Earth Shock is a little bit mana inefficient compared to Lightning Bolt. Should consider using more lightning bolts, I suppose. Also got Stoneclaw Totem. Did not put that on my bar. So that is a taunting totem. That'd probably actually be useful. Don't think I got a key. So LVUI is good. Yeah, I think I have heard of that one and ran into exactly that issue, that I didn't really care to look through it all because it had so many different things that were possible with it. Almost running out of my arcane intellect buff. Okay, probably a good idea for me to go ahead and sit down and eat some of this food and drink a water. Accidentally just hurt my lip there. It had a crack right in the middle. Did I get a key? I was doing good progress with the keys, and I think I was talking about the good progress, and that seems to be when it stopped. There is some sort of herb somewhere around here. That was supposed to be the main thing I was doing today, just running around talking about the future of the series and picking herbs and skinning. Actually, skinning was supposed to be the main thing, just killing random mobs to skin, so I could go ahead and get progress on that so we didn't have to farm random mobs in future parts with this. Okay, I did get a key, so we can rescue one of these guys. So it is the bristle limb guys, I guess, are enemies compared to the still pine guys. I don't think I realized there were quite a few more camps in this area. In 2 levels, I get to start the talent tree. Going in enhancement is the plan. Then I think we also get the fire totem at level 10. Some exciting things. I know leveling in this is slow, but that's actually in a way a nice thing after playing Lotro, where leveling is so fast. And I feel like a problem I run into with leveling in Lotro is I care more about my trait points, to an extent Virtue XP, and to an extent legendary items, but mostly about my trait points and like unlocking crucial things rather than actually about leveling sometimes. And it's kind of a mindset I have to get used to in this game, that I can just level the way I want essentially. There are some class things with like unlocking the totems that would be very helpful. But as far as I know, there's hardly anything that's really feels very required to build your character. I think we freed everybody. I'm just running around. I think I even have an extra key or 2 probably. Do I actually have 3 extra keys? I've just been running around killing things on accident. Okay, so I have to turn this in at the totem, I believe, but I actually forgot where that was. Actually, I have to go back to Azure Watch. I think we can go ahead and make the run. I'll pick up any herbs I see along the way. Once I get more interesting armor, we can maybe have more interesting thumbnail screenshots, but they're probably all going to be the same thing of me just like running on my character or whatever. But my herbalism, I don't know how high I really need to get that before we move on to the next zone, the level 10 zone. I think Blood Mistile will be interesting. It's been a while since I've done that. The other option I would actually think about is Dark Shore, because on this character I would like to get some Darnassus reputation. So instead of an Illic, I can use a tiger. I believe they're like saber-toothed tigers is what they're called though, ones that elves use, the mounts. Plus leveling. I might not look that excited, but leveling to up in WoW also does feel more exciting than Lotro. At least in this version of WoW. And retail WoW, I guess, I haven't really thought leveling up is that exciting. Yeah, the plan, I think, is to turn in hundreds of stacks of claws for the reputation. I have to look into how that works, so... Is it based on your level? If you happen to know, Mistweaver, is it based on your level which type you turn in, or is it based on the reputation you already have? So like at whatever I am right now, probably neutral or something, friendly. Not neutral, but yes, friendly. I would have to turn in maybe linen cloth, and the next one wool cloth, and silk cloth, so on. Or is it maybe based on your character level? And then I thought you could only turn in certain cloths until a certain amount of reputation. But that is the plan. I don't know how early I can get started with that, but the earlier the better, I would assume. This is actually a kind of long run back, but that is okay. The other option was to use my Hearthstone, but I figured I would save that for when I am done with the day. Which, by the way, I mentioned this would probably be a shorter stream. I was thinking about going around an hour, so I could have time. I mentioned I wanted to record some more videos tonight, and that would give me time to do that. I guess there are 2 herbs here. I might as well go ahead and get them. One more to the east. Headed north. Okay, so you get 1 quest, non-repeatable for each separate cloth type, and then it stops at rune cloth, and that is the repeatable one. That makes more sense. So I'll have to get a bunch of rune cloth. I'll have to see what level you can start with that. If you can start with all of those at like level 10, that would actually be kind of ideal for me to go ahead and get it started, I feel like. At least if you can train for your first mount at level 30. At the very least, I would like to do it level 30. Clear my throat. So rune cloth isn't until 50 plus. Ooh, so I might actually have to wait for the almost the epic mount to be able to do that. That's unfortunate. I can handle an Elec for a while. Sometimes I could even be in the mood for an Elec. I'd just rather have something that I'm overall more excited about. Well, the only one I can use is the shield, but I actually rather use whichever sells for more, and I don't know which sells for more. Probably don't want the shield basically at all. Now we are ready to head to the Still Pine Hold, and finally ready to get skinning, which will basically be the rest of the stream. Again, I did the quest line, the totem quest line to get to the Still Pine Hold, learn the language, go talk to the chief, and then I can get skinning as far as I know I can get skinning after this. I have a bunch of quest turn-ins. But then go ahead and probably just kill some of the Moongrave's bucks and get my skinning ranked up a little bit. Yeah, I actually have TSM as an add-on, but I think it's way out of date, and that gives... Oh, have all these. I don't use details. Don't use bean counter as far as I know. Don't use these Awk ones. I think these are all very old add-ons from regular WoW that I guess I haven't deleted, but they're ones I tried, and most of them I don't use. TSM is basically the only one out of all these add-ons that I'd actually use. I don't even know what all those other ones do. TSM's also nice because it will tell me how many of what I have on other characters. Curseforge for add-on management. I think a long time ago I tried that, but haven't gotten around to using it again. TSM, the one add-on that I've actually regularly used that I mentioned, I think that one auto updates itself, but you have to have the desktop app, which I don't even know if I still have that. We have new quests. First I will go ahead and turn in the single quest I have. I don't even know if I'll pick up those quests yet. It could be good to just wait for Dan's world to get to that. Basically, in his free time, until we stream again, I think he's going to catch up to what I have done today, which is doing that quest chain as far as quests go, and then I don't plan to do anything else. I can go ahead and pick up these quests, I think, though. Murlocs. That should be fun. Oh, Ravagers, I remember those. I don't know if they drop skinning mats. Okay, so now he can teach me skinning, and this will be primarily for now a gathering character. I don't know if I'll divert enough energy into really worrying about crafting or anything like that, or even that much gold making while I play this and go throughout this character's journey. While I do hope to level up, even all the way to level 70 would be nice eventually. I don't know how much I'll play other characters or that sort of stuff. Because the plan, of course, is still to primarily play Lotro and do Lotro videos in the future. Alright, first attempt at skinning. Sometimes I hate killing critters like that, or even any sort of animals, but just have to not think about it. I wouldn't even know how useful skinning will be. I just like to gather, and it's something as a gathering character, since I don't plan to otherwise craft that much. I'd rather not have to deal with mining, especially because the person I'm playing with, Dan, he has mining, so I don't want to interfere with that, of course. So ideally I would like to go ahead and get my skinning up to maybe 50-ish. That's a lot of kills, that's a lot of skins, but I'll probably continue to get more in the future and just want to get a good head start at that. I might accidentally get a couple of these quests done, but actually would not find it a problem to just do these again. Already got 6 more Moongrace Stag Tenderloins. I always remember those in the past for some reason being very low drop rate, but so far in this character's experience, they have been dropping. That was a bad miss. Sometimes the character seems like they swing their weapon really hard, like they're going to get a crit, but then it just turns out to be a big whiff and a miss. But yeah, I'm trying to think if I talked about all the little plans I have for this series, and I feel like I have covered just about everything. That is, again, mainly what I want to do today. I think I just said settling in with a shaman or something like that with the title. Not really doing all that much content. One thing I can update on is we still need plenty of skins, so still plenty of time to go today. Also herbs, I can pick up some herbs along the way. Kill any sort of beast that I can skin, which I think these Timber Striders I can skin. But some things I have for future content, I'm suspecting that tomorrow we'll get the patch notes for update 30. It's supposedly supposed to release on Tuesday, according to Cordovan, the Lotro community manager. So ideally I would also be able to record a video on update 30 tomorrow and potentially even have that Monday evening, but that'd be pretty tough to do. And then when it is released on Tuesday, I would also ideally stream and do a playthrough of the new zone, probably continue that Wednesday and so on. And then I also have a video coming tomorrow. I do have a regular video coming tomorrow. It is, I believe, another guide. I've done a lot of Lotro guides lately, and this is another random type Lotro guide. And then after that, I'm kind of preparing a few commentaries. That's what I was planning on recording tonight. That is basically the update of my channel and what is going on. The work after recording all these grand videos I have planned is to edit them and then actually upload them and all that. So, Obi Cat Kenobi, you're wondering when the difficulty quests will be implemented in Lotro, and not with update 30, and it sounds like they're hoping in the not so distant future after update 30. So I could see it being, I suspected actually, I would have thought update 30 would be a week from, what is today, Sunday? Yeah, a week from this week. So like a week and a half from today is what I would have thought update 30 would have been. But it seems like they're going a week earlier than that. But the point is, I hope it's not within a month. I actually hope it's at least a month after now, because that is the type of thing that I have been critical about actually at points in Lotro's past, is they sometimes release too many things at once. We'll have Midsummer coming up, and that's actually why I thought update 30 would be next week. Like, they like to do patches day before festivals. And they also said they have a 13-week schedule. This would be 12 weeks after update 29, I believe. So they're going on a 1 week early release based on both those things for update 30. But anyway, that doesn't really tell too much about update 30. They didn't even give any exact information besides hopefully in the not so distant future. And I think the beta more specifically in the not so distant future. While it's a very exciting feature, I feel like there are some things that need to be worked out, and again, not giving us too much to do at once. So it'd basically make me choose either level a new character on the new legendary server or do update 30 content, rather than give me the update 30 content so I can work on that and not have to make that decision in a way, is why I'm hoping it's a little bit spread out. And it was the same thing with the first legendary servers like Anor that I still play on. I've mentioned this a lot, but I think it was update 24 and Mirkwood came out like 2 days apart or something crazy like that. It could have even been 1 day apart, I don't remember exactly. But I basically had to choose either Mirkwood on the legendary servers or the new update 24 content. And I think I mostly did the update 24 content because I surprisingly enjoyed it. How are we doing on skinning? Herbalism's already almost up to 40, so I feel pretty good on that. Again, 50... I feel like is a decent target number. That way I can also train. I think 50 is when you can train for the next tier, so just to go ahead and have that done and have all that progress today I feel like could be good. Skinning, I'm not so sure. That's a lot of kills. If I remember correctly, the way it works is I would need 150 skinning for level 30 mobs. So it's like twice the level, but I don't think that starts until level 20 when it is 100 skinning. And then it might be every 10 before level 20, so it's like 150 skinning for level 15 mobs. Level 14 mobs would be 140 skinning, I think is the way it works. I think that's how that curve works, but I actually have no idea if that is accurate or not. There's an herb somewhere here. Sometimes they blend in too much. Also in this zone, especially the silver leaf and the peace bloom as well. Both of those blend in really well. Yeah, the fun, dangerous world again. Hopefully that will be fun. I am looking forward to it, definitely. And on a new server, I'm hoping that concentrates the players enough that we can actually do some of the stuff in groups. My concern that I keep repeating over and over, and I just repeat it so much because it is a big concern, is for the regular servers and a regular character, especially one that hasn't started fresh and has no chance at all at getting the titles, because you have to start those before level 10 or whatever, is it has to be somehow rewarding. I have to have a reason to turn up the difficulty other than just like fun and dangerous, but I feel like there are often times with new content I wouldn't really want to do that if I don't get something out of it. Especially in Lotro, this isn't always the case, and actually something that is that I try to focus on the opposite, but sometimes things are reward driven a little bit too much in that game, I feel like, so slowing down progress can feel extra bad in Lotro to me, if again there isn't something to make up for it. Usually the progress is not XP, that's exactly why I don't think. Yeah, character portraits, that would be just something that adds to it. Like, if they want to go with cosmetic rewards, they could even have currencies for maybe reaching certain levels. Every level up you get while that is turned on. Again, there's the ways to abuse it and even exploit it maybe a little bit with power leveling, crafting, all sorts of things like that. That is why there are concerns for increasing the reward, actually. While my concern is that it won't be rewarding, the concern for increasing the rewards is people will just abuse it and do alternative methods to level while they have the difficulty turned up. You could even have some player like carry you through all the quests, not be in your group, but they don't have the difficulty turned up, and it's basically easy mode with that. That's why I feel like at this point it'll be something I would like to do, especially if I could do group content on the landscape. That would be fun. But otherwise for solo, it might end up over time being a little bit limited with me. Making good progress on the skinning. I feel like I'm just running into a circle kind of unintentionally, but this is where the mobs are and where the herbs were until I got them. Maybe I'll explore a little bit to the west, just see what it looks like over there. I don't remember that part of the zone all too much. I know there's Exodar, of course, right there, but we'll see a little bit east of Exodar, maybe west, southwest of Still Pine Hole. So Mistweaver, for you, you're thinking people should learn to not care, basically, if someone cheated or exploited their way to something like that. Yeah, that is another thought that I would agree with, is it feels punishing to players that wouldn't cheat by not making it rewarding and not adding character portraits, not adding more cosmetics even, not adding more titles, not adding more... There's character portraits, actual cosmetics like armor, housing items or whatever, any sort of thing like that, that maybe doesn't even impact the character too much progression-wise. I thought we pulled 2 mobs. I don't know if this one was attacking the whole time, but I actually thought I pulled 2 mobs there. And I used the wrong totem anyway. I want to use Stoneclaw totem. Maybe do that setup. But yeah, that is a problem that sometimes for not abusing it, exploiting it, cheating it, whatever, if they base the reward structure on that, then actually I think feels worse as well. And realistically, I wonder how many people, unless it's something they really, really want and can't actually feel like they could do it fairly, how many people would even end up going through the system and going through all the hoops about just cheating their way a little bit through it by whether it's crafting or again having somebody run through the landscape with you, have a high level carry you through stuff. I don't know how it works with instances, but you might be able to level solely with instances and still have the difficulty turned up and still get the progress with that. And yes, Obicat, I did hear about the Amazon Lord of the Rings MMO cancellation. I made a video on that quite a while back now. But yeah, overall, there are, I guess, two schools of thoughts with that. One is, as far as Lotro is concerned, of course, it is good for Lotro, because that means people that could have been interested in that MMO and they're looking for a Lord of the Rings MMO could be redirected to Lotro. And then bad because the competition may have been good for SSG to improve. SSG and like their parent companies, EG7 maybe, to improve Lotro could have been motivation because of competition, because that is what competition drives. And I was hoping to finish the stream. I of course didn't think about this before the stream started, but the sun is starting to get in my eyes, as you all might be able to see up there. It's a little bit cloudy outside, otherwise it'd probably be a lot worse. But I might have to get up and close my curtains at some point if we don't get the skinning up real quick, which we actually are getting the skinning up. Otherwise, it actually improves the lighting, I feel like, in my room when the sun is shining right on my face. If that didn't bother me so much, I would just get very bright lights to put behind my desk. But that would not be ideal to me. I feel like my eyes are sensitive, especially to non-diffused light sources. My eyes can be really sensitive to them. That is why most of my lights are actually behind me. Or at least my one light is to the side, not really behind too much. Then the other lighting right now is from the outdoors. I also have a lamp behind my monitor, but that kind of blocks the direct source of light from my eyes and still lights up the room. Hey Vulgar TG said, it's nice to see a WoW stream, I'm glad you like it. Things are going well. Today is solo. I don't remember if you caught or even saw any part after maybe the stream of the last one, but this is unplanningly probably going to be primarily a duo stream series with Dan's World, who I've played sometimes with Lotro content, and especially way in the past before my channel really got busy and taking off. We did some co-op series in WoW and Lotro actually in the past. And today I am just kind of getting this character set up and preparing for the future. I am working on skinning and herbalism and not trying to quest too much because it's primarily duo again, and that way I don't get too far progressed or too sidetracked from what progress we made yesterday with Dan's World. I'm excited to get this Shaman leveled up. While I am enjoying the time, even at low levels, I'm actually enjoying this character, but I am excited to get this character actually leveled up and get to the exciting enhancement stuff. See if it's actually as exciting as I thought it was back in Burning Crusade. Multi-boxing and Lotro, that is a tough one. I think multi-boxing, somebody can correct me on this if I'm wrong, but it was banned in WoW at some point recently, right? That's actually something I almost considered doing at one point in Lotro. You can get Lotro points, all sort of stuff like that. Of course, the Lotro points are divided between the accounts. You can also do some more abusive things with like Lore Master AFKing. It's something I haven't seen too much recently. Maybe because I primarily play on Anor, and you can't really do that with free-to-play accounts. But let's see, my overall thought on it. I honestly don't know. I'm trying to think if I'm for or against it. And I feel like I just don't care all too much. And perhaps the problem is, as you mentioned, Mistweaver, actually is the use of third-party programs. If you actually play Lotro and have like a character even maybe on follow without the use of that, then maybe that's a little bit more okay compared to using the third-party programs to duplicate. It's essentially, they talk about one keystroke being like doing one thing in game, but what it actually works out to be is like doing one keystroke and it's 5 things, or one thing in 5 different games at once, which I'm guessing is how they figured in that ban. So you can still multi-box in WoW, but you can't just use the third-party programs. That is also interesting. It's something I haven't thought about for so long that I really feel like I just don't have much of an opinion on it at all, unfortunately. Probably not as exciting as an answer than what y'all would have thought. I feel like in PvP and PvMP and Low Trail, both of those, that is where it's a little bit worse, because as you say, Mistweaver, in the Moors, you could just go as like 6 minstrels and use all your stuff and nuke somebody. So definitely in more competitive environments like that, where you actually interact with other players, I definitely think it is worse there. In PvE, it's still a lot of setup and management to multi-box. Especially if you just put like, you actively use one character then have the rest on follow. I feel like it's less worse for that. You still get, I guess, more progress overall compared to playing one character, but then you have to split that between 5 accounts a little bit. See, my skinning, I need to get 3 more skinning. That is when we are going to wrap up today, when I get 3 more skinning, and maybe my herbalism. I still wouldn't mind getting my herbalism to 50 so I can train that. So we need 5 more herbalism rings so I can train, and then we will, I think, get wrapped up with the stream. I feel like 5 herbs is doable. 5 herbalism rings. I don't know if we'll just need 5 herbs. It could even be 10 herbs for all I know with that. Yeah, I feel like I have settled in very well with this character and talked about it and what I plan going forward. Basically all the stuff I planned to do in the first stream, but with Dan's World here, everything was developing at the time. I don't think I got my skinning up. I still need to actually go around and get my skinning up. We got to Stillbind Hold a little bit too early. So a lot of the programs people use for multi-boxing are also used for botting, and yeah, that would definitely be bad. Botting, actually multi-boxing could be considered almost a little bit like botting. I could see how people would consider it kind of similar, because you're essentially just programming the character to, in some cases, follow, or even using a program to duplicate keystrokes and the such. Actually, could see why people would think that's botting and why it's totally unfair because of that as well. It's something I'm overall, I think, not in favor of multi-boxing. Oh, there we go. Stop moving on accident. Need 1 more skinning, and hopefully can find an herb or 2 out here. I believe these guys can be skinned. I know I have them for a quest. I don't think it's a problem if I get a kill or 2 for quest progress, but the goal is actually just to see if they are skinnable. And then there is an herb here and down there. But yeah, botting I'm also definitely not a fan of. Could even say I'm against it, not just not a fan of it. I feel like I'm forgetting to use Lightning Shield a lot. Seems pretty mana efficient. 25 mana for roughly 39 damage. A couple good high-level skins, so we got skinning up to 50. Apparently we already had it at 50, and then there are a few herbs here, and I will go back to Still Bind Hold and train, and then if I can get around this tree and find the silver leaf, and then go south and get that one. But after we go to Still Bind Hold, depending on my herbalism skill, which could potentially get up to 50 right here, then maybe just hearth back. And the sun is just, if I lean over here, it's just getting towards where it is in my eyes, so we're barely making it. Probably is not a good look actually on the face cam though. I think it's not as cloudy, I can hardly even see out there. But maybe if I actually move over here, y'all can see me a little bit better. Okay, so as we are wrapping up and I go to Still Pine Hold to train and then hearth, I'll go ahead, we'll see how this wraps up and then might actually do that in the stream and then do all that after. But yeah, as a recap today, basically just settled in. The plan with this character in the series is probably to continue it and then maybe do it once a week or something like that, potentially twice a week. It just depends on how things go ultimately, how this series pans out on the future, how frequently I do this. And then I expect to do a lot of update 30 stuff this week, and Lotra also have a video upcoming tomorrow, and I'm supposed to be recapping, not talking about future stuff, and apparently killing Night Stalkers. Got the skinning way up, now it's at 55, so really good progress. That is, yeah, what we have done today is a quest set, did the totem quest set that allowed me to talk to the Still Pine Hold furbolgs, and then I was able to get my skinning and got that all the way up to 55, got my herbalism up to 50, so I believe I can train both of those and go ahead and get started on Journeyman with those. So that is basically good progress, and maybe even more than I expected today. I know it's been a shorter stream, but still good progress throughout that time, I believe. And then again, for future content, expect a Lotra video tomorrow and potentially even some Update 30 Lotra news coming tomorrow. We'll probably have a few videos regarding Update 30, but we'll take it one at a time, starting with when we get the patch notes, whenever that is. And as far as this stream goes, I don't think I want to turn in any of these quests. I just want to train my herbalism, so I have to find that trainer again, because I have no idea where he went. Eventually we'll find it. But yes, I will go ahead and do that on my own time. So as far as this stream goes, with the sun almost shining straight in my eyes, I hope you all did enjoy it. And if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or becoming a channel member to support the content. And thanks for joining and chatting and watching, everyone.